Hey, what's up? Long time no tutorials from me. It's been a while, I have not made any tutorials here, but it's time to change, and today I have this very important thing that I wanna talk about, that I have also noticed now that I have been training my dark side, meaning my bad side tricks. And I feel like this thing is not talked about enough, especially when it comes to the very basics in tricking, the basic things, and getting the correct technique on them. And this thing that I wanna talk about is outlining of the tricks, kind of like this kind of ghost training, whatever. I don't really know how to call it in English, because in Finnish it's very simple, it's like hahmottelu, but I don't know, in English there is not really a word for this. But what I mean with this concept is that you are kinda doing the things that you need to do in the air while being on the ground. And you need to really focus on these specific things, like how you open up your hips, how you are lifting the leg up, what is the angle, what is the shape that the leg creates. It's also important to outline how you take off for these tricks, how you use your arms, for example. For example, training the setup and just the leg lift after the setup. For example, when I trained my dark side gainer flash, my problem was my setup. I could not get power out of my setup because it didn't feel comfortable. So training just gainer flash from a bad setup, like trying it out from there, would have been a horrible idea. What I needed to really do was to train just the setup, like hundreds of times, just doing J-step, understanding how I walk there, and like, this sounds super simple, but it's actually really helpful. You need to understand the setup, you need to understand how you place your leg. The setup is just the most important part of the trick. If your setup sucks, your trick is not gonna be good. And what I also have noticed, that it's better to do tricks with progressions on the ground or on the floor rather than going for the full trick to, for example, foam pits or stuff like this, because then you are not gonna learn all the important parts of the trick. It's much better to start from some kind of progression, like progression step number 1, and go from there towards the trick that you're going for. This way you are just mastering all the parts, and it's good to go from attempting the trick to just doing the outlining again and then attempting the trick again, or going step back and like switching up between these things. This is really helpful. Of course, this kind of outlining does not work for every single trick, but they work for mostly things that are not inverted or don't have to be inverted in the very beginning. By doing these kind of progressions and outlinings and everything, you get more comfortable and more confident in your abilities, and you also get more confident in landing stuff and being just on the ground. Because if you learn something in the foam pit and then on the mattress, it's still super scary to land it on hard ground, for example. But if you start from hard ground and you just do on hard ground all the steps, you will have more confidence for sure. And also this way you will be able to do way more reps, and the reps are what counts. You need to do really like hundreds, even thousands of reps. But anyways, this was the video. I hope you like it, and if you like it, of course, like the video and all these good things. And it's finally spring here. I'm so happy I can train now outdoors whenever I want. It's so good.